Two losers just left the pub. I was attracted to a beautiful woman, just about to go up and ask for contact information. The accident happened suddenly. As a student at the police academy, how can the big and the little look the other way? Went straight after him, but the car runs too fast. They threw up and didn't catch up, but can only come to the police report just in time for the grandson of the richest man in town to go missing. The chief has ordered a full police presence looking for them. This little kidnapping thing has to wait. But the handsome and the handsome are very worried because at the academy the instructor said the first 7 hours after the abduction are prime time for rescue. Once you exceed that time, something bad could happen to the hostages. Two people with a sense of justice decided to investigate alone. They came to the scene where the girl was abducted. The fried rice cake left by the girl on the ground. Find out where he bought the rice cake. From the boss. The girl works at the ear-picking shop up front. The two men quickly went to the ear shop, but this is an irregular place. You get kicked out of the academy if you go in there. Hesitate for a moment. It's rock, paper, scissors, whoever loses. Little handsome can only go in the scalp. The marshal is watching from the outside, who's never been in love before. First time in a place like this. Immersed in the gentle cannot extricate themselves. And the marshal who's out there watching. I saw someone across from me eating instant noodles. I tried it myself. But 2 bites and I saw a patrol passing by. The target is the ear shop. To cover for handsome, the commander can only yell at the cops to provoke each other. The patrolman got angry and gave up and chased him. This side of the small handsome finally remembered his task. Get some information about the kidnapped girl. Got it out of my ear sister. Got the girl's home address. Little handsome just came out with the address. I was surprised by the police car out front just in time for the big boss to run by. The two fled the scene together. Soon they came to the girl's house. The one who opened the door was yellow hair. He jumped out the window when he found out who they were. Aware of the wrong, big handsome and small handsome quickly chase. Both sides chase to the parking lot and yellow hair tries to sneak up. And I got knocked down twice by the little guy. Under duress. Yellow hair as a girl's roommate for money. Sold the girl's information to a human trafficker. Get your business card. Big handsome and small handsome found the trafficker's hideout. Sure enough, we found a lot of girls here. Just as they were about to call the police. Human traffickers are turning up in droves. 2 fists are no match for 4 hands. The big and the little soon lost their fighting power. 2 fresh meat babies were strung up by the traffickers. There were symbols painted on his body, just waiting for the right buyer to show up. Cut off their body parts. The little handsome woke up and realized the danger. We have to get out of here as soon as possible. He tried with all his might to alert the comatose commander. But it's out of reach. He could only breathe in hard. Finally Dushui was smoked by the dragon. Tan woke up. He managed to break free with his abdominal strength. The 2 men dressed and prepared to leave. I opened the door and I was stunned. There's a floor full of traffickers out there, so as not to wake them. The big and the little can only be careful, but I still stepped on one of their hair. Everyone was instantly alert. The 2 sides engaged in a fierce chase. Good thing the academy wasn't for nothing. After a chase, they made it to the police station. The traffickers are afraid to continue the chase. Das High and Small Handsome rushed into the police station to ask for help, but the police asked them to show their IDs and report to the supervisor according to the procedure. The commander was very excited. They're lucky they got out alive. Let's get to the traffickers' hideout. Save those innocent girls. But the police insisted on leaving. The process gas of the commander directly burst the mouth. I was knocked out by a police stun gun. The second day, it took a police academy instructor to bail them out. But by the time they get to the traffickers' hideout, the house is long gone. Look at the blood on the ground. The instructor also realized that things were not simple. But for safety, or let the big and small handsome back to the academy first. He said he would report the matter to the police. But the detectives have a lot of cases. The soonest we can open an investigation is 2 weeks. Back to the academy, big and little, always worried about the kidnapped girls. He decided to continue to investigate the matter secretly. They contacted their teacher in the traffic squad. Give the traffickers vehicle information. But the plates are fake. It also takes time to access surveillance. The 2 can only train while they wait. Just wait till it's time to fight the traffickers. Don't be afraid if someone comes at you with a knife. As long as you learn these 2 moves, you can easily subdue each other. These 2 academy students train like crazy every day. Physical fitness has made a qualitative leap. Finally, 3 days later, a message came from the teacher. Traffickers in this car every Saturday will show up at the designated hospital to remove the eggs of the abducted girls. To rich people who can't have children, to make a lot of money. And to drain those girls, the traffickers would keep injecting the girls with ovulation shots, until you sell all your eggs. They get rid of the organs when they're no longer useful. Once we know the exact location, the big and the little are pretending to be drill sergeants. We got 2 sets of gear and we're on our way. At the same time, a group of girls were sent to the Black Heart Hospital. The dean is working with these traffickers, in charge of extracting the girls' eggs to rich people who can't have children and tricking them into these eggs, female students from prestigious universities. And while the dean was talking, Big Handsome and Little Handsome appear in the hospital parking lot. Go head on with the traffickers. They made their way into the hospital, saw a dozen girls swooned, waiting in line for the operating table and the operating room. The dean took out a long tube for the eggs. The girl had been rendered unconscious by the pain. Not only that, they can't have children in this lifetime. The dean and the traffickers. Violence is sought by such cruel means. Simply hateful. Das High and Small Handsome appeared in time to stop the dean. Managed to save all the girls. Even if we took down the entire trafficking organization. But the Big and the Little broke the school rules. I was on the verge of being expelled. For this purpose, the academy also held a high-level meeting to discuss the matter. Some say they don't follow protocol. Failure to observe discipline deserves dismissal. Otherwise, it's hard to convince. Others say they rescued abducted girls. Deserves to be honored and recognized. The two sides have been quarreling furiously. Finally, the instructor stepped forward. If people are in danger, being a cop puts procedure before everything else. Is really for the academy. Monso's remarks impressed the headmaster. Neither was fired. It's a penalty for 500 hours of voluntary labor.